So before we get into operating a functional radio, I just wanted to show you my completed model to highlight some points that I thought could provide some assistance in your method. So the first area I want to highlight is the potentiometer. So as you can see, it's actually installed from the back. So I messed up on this and I installed it from the front initially, and then I had to desolder it and then put it again through the back. So you can see that the connection points are a little burnt, but that's nothing to be worried about. And then after that, you have to put in the nut and the washer and then screw on the knob, and then your switch is ready to go. So the next part is the speaker, which was also difficult because there is a rim that has tape on it as well as the middle. And you want to make sure that you put it on properly, because if you misplace the speaker or put it in the wrong area or off center, then to remove it, you would have to manually rip it off, and that could damage the woofer or the tape. And then putting it back on the second time could be rather difficult. So just make sure that you're aware of that. And then thirdly, the wires connected to the speaker were also difficult because they have to be a certain length. And sometimes I made them too long or too short and they didn't connect properly. But as you can see here, that I used quite a lot of bit of solder and metal to make sure that the bubbles were high enough so that the wire could connect and reach the middle and then distribute it through the circuit. Other than that, the pieces are quite simple. Just make sure that you're using the right coil for L2. Make sure that it's not the same copper coil. Instead, it's a wire, because that can make sure that the radio functions properly. And then the capacitors have to be inserted in a certain way so they're standing up. The resistors and disc caps are standard to soldering kits. And that's pretty much it. Just make sure that every connection point is soldered properly. There are no double places that are going between circuit brackets. And then if every connection point is soldered perfectly, then you should have a completed functional radio.